You can make an appointment with one of our physicians on your time. You'll be able to see the doctor's schedule and pick what time works for you. If you got a break at 1 and you want the 1 o'clock appointment, you can pick that. It's on your time, not their time. Okay, so I'm going to jump in our website and show you all a couple things, and then I'm actually going to bring on a live MD. Hopefully it should work. We tested it. And have him come on and talk to you guys and answer any questions and y'all see how it works. This can be done from your computer with a webcam, any smartphones, if you have smartphones that have cameras, iPads, tablets, all that stuff. So all you need is a camera. Even if you have FaceTime, they told me some of them sometimes the connection wasn't good and they'll just FaceTime with you. Okay? So let me jump. All right. Okay, so like she said, this is free for you guys. They've waived the copay, so there's no copay for you. So the first time you log in, obviously you're going to be a first-time user. We've got to capture some health information from you. Okay, so it's going to ask you for a code right here. I have some instruction sheets right here. Y'all's code is simple. It's Brazoria. Okay, what that does is that ties you to the insurance plan. We've already had it uploaded in our system. Okay, so you would put Brazoria in right here where it asks for the code. I'm going to go back and log in under me, just so we can make this quicker. Unfortunately, you are going to have to do this. Oh, the recognize them. Okay, so when you first log in, the very first time, this is what you're going to see. Right here, it's going to bring you to this page. Okay, we are an email-based company. What I mean by that is your email will be your login. Okay, you create your own password. It can be your home email, your work email, it doesn't matter, but a valid email address you use. The reason for that is you use it, you got the flu, they send you home from work, you need a note for your boss or supervisor, they will email you these notes. Or your child needs a note for missing school, they will email you that. Or some people like to keep records of every doctor visit they have, they will email you that. Okay? So you're just going to go down. You're going to enter in your information here. It's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, right here, primary phone. If your cell is your primary phone, put that in there. The reason for this, the only people that see this information are the physicians. So primary phone is important because it happens every year with the flu. Call in, you got the flu, they call your pharmacy to call in the prescription, they're out of the Tamiflu. They're going to call you. Okay, or you have lab blood work done or something, and the results, the physician's not going to make you get on the system and webcam with them again. They'll just call you on your phone and go over your lab results with you. Okay, and then when you enter in your address, the system will automatically pick up pharmacies in proximity to your home because most people's pharmacy is by their house. If it's not one of those, just enter the number. Now the work pharmacy is there. That is for, say you work here, but you live in Galveston or wherever, and you got a sinus infection, you're not going to want to have to wait till 5 or 6 to get your Z-Pack. If you're doing an appointment at 10 o'clock in the morning, you can find a pharmacy in proximity to where you work, you can enter that number there. If there's a number in there, the physician will ask you, you want to go to home or work? And you just tell them. All this right here will be populated except for this one part right here, the member ID. This is unique to each one of you. Each one of you has a different number, ID number that's per individual. So all the other stuff will already be uploaded. You'll enter in your member ID there. If you get it wrong, don't worry about it. We'll end up catching it when you use the system and we'll correct it. That stuff will already be there. Now we get to the health part. It's pretty self-explanatory again. Date of birth, gender, stuff like that. It's going to ask you some medical history here. Allergies, ongoing prescription meds. The doctors want me to tell you, If you're on multiple medications, they would like you to get your prescription bottle and do it from home. One, there's no way we can all spell them correctly, and two, the milligrams. We've already had it happen with a couple people where they did it, and they put, like they told me an example, they put 25 milligrams on a medication. Our doctor caught it because it was supposed to be 0.25. That's a big difference. Okay, so they would like you to do it from home if you're on multiple meds. Hospitalizations right here over the last 5 years. If you think they should know about it, tell them, like, you know, a kidney removed or something like that. Yeah, they need to know. It's up to you on that. You don't have to write them your life story right here. We're medical doctors. We're not going to read it all. Okay, just put in what you think they need to know. And then, so now we're going to get into the history. It's you and your family. Okay, so it's a checklist. So say you got eye problems. You can check it, you can uncheck it. You know, this system, you just go down this list and check it. All this stuff right here can be updated anytime. So you move, you can go in and change your address. You can change it, say, oh, now I got diagnosed, you know, with high blood pressure. You know, you can add it, not. Okay, it's pretty simple. So that's all you got to do to register. It's fast, easy. We are 24/7, and what that means, you can see a doctor online between 8 and 5:30. It varies. It's usually 5 online, but it's 24/7. So for women, and Dr. Holmstrom will tell you this, UTIs come at the worst time, middle of the night, weekend, whatever. We don't want you to have to go to the urgent care and all that. You can call in to the number. It's on the instruction sheet. I got some magnets and cards you guys can put in your wallet or throw on your fridge at the office at home to remind you, because this is one of those systems, out of sight, out of mind. But when you call in after hours to the number, the physician on call will call you back. But you have to be registered on our website. They cannot call in any medicines without putting it in your chart. They're not going to want a webcam with you at 3 in the morning. They don't want to see you and you don't want to see them. Okay? But they will talk to you and handle it. Like Dr. Holmstrom, who we're using, he was running a little late this morning for the 7 o'clock meeting because he had a 2:30 call last night. Yeah? But they're there for you. And like I said, it's all free. So this will save it. So now what we're going to do, I've already registered. We're going to jump in. I log in to make an appointment now. So I log in. It's going to bring you to this page. I made this appointment earlier. You guys will not see this. You'll just see this green tab right here. So if I want to make an appointment, I'm going to put make an appointment. I'm going to see the positions available and their times. Okay, the next available time with that position. If you'll notice, the time is 1:26, and the next available time for Dr. Holmes is 1:50. All of our physicians are practicing. They're in their clinics. They're seeing patients right now. They know what's going on. They see what's going on out in the communities. So we give them a 25 to 30 minute gap. So when you make an appointment, they get a text and they get an email. And then they'll get reminders too right up into your appointment time. So say the 1:50 does not work for you. You can click on select right next to them. Now you're going to see the rest of the schedule for today. Right here. 1 until 5. So you pick which time works for you. Alright? And the other thing, let me go back. We do, all of our doctors, we have Spanish speaking, but we also, every doctor has someone in their office that speaks Spanish. If you prefer Spanish as your first language, just let them know. I'll show you where to do that. If you don't pick, you can tell which ones are the Spanish speaking. Like Dr. Holmes will tell you he speaks Spanish. He does not. He thinks he does. So I'm ready to go in. I made an appointment. Now I'm logging in to go see the doctor. We actually get there at least 5 minutes before in case you have computer problems, stuff like that. Our physicians, you guys will not be waiting on them. But they're also, and vice versa. If you're 5-10 minutes late, they're not going to be there. Okay, this system does not work for you guys if our doctors are constantly late. Okay, so we ask that you guys get in there, get to this portion we're going to do a few minutes early. So the doctor, when they log on, boom, they'll do it. And each visit, it just depends on how many questions you ask them. 3 to 7 minutes, just depends. All right, so I've already made an appointment. Here's where it's going to show I log in. Let's go now. Just click that. It's going to show me the provider that I'm about to see. It's going to ask this information right here. blood pressure, pulse, temperature. Blood pressure, pulse, temperature. It's not important for a sinus infection. That's why there's not a red asterisk by it. But obviously if you got the flu, or you think you have the flu, we need to know your temperature. So get your temperature through the thermometer or something. Blood pressure, if you're getting your blood pressure medicines refilled, every 90 days or something, obviously you have a BP cup, you know what you need to do, you can enter that. Medication allergies, it's going to ask you this every time. You might register today and not use it for 6 months. Just like when you go to the doctor, they ask you, what are you allergic to? Even though they have it right there in their chart. They want to make sure that there's something else that hasn't come up since the last time you've seen them. So, and then, current medications you're taking, that's because they want to know, most people pump themselves full of vitamin C and all this other stuff before they get to the doctor and realize, okay, I gotta go to the doctor, it's not helping. So they want to know what you've been putting in your system, because they know what interacts with what. Okay, right here, it's just briefly describe what you're coming to see the doctor for, okay? You don't even have to use complete sentences. You can just say, I'm running a high fever, or, can't breathe, my allergies are killing me. Again, don't write them a book. They won't read it, okay? Just give them the brief history, then they're gonna pop in, and it's just like going to the doctor, primary care doctor, except they're not gonna reach out and touch you. Alright, so I'm gonna put ready, and then let's see if this works. We haven't done it on this computer yet. Okay, it's gonna work. So, the Adobe Flash Player thing, so you gotta click allow. That turns on your camera. We cannot turn on your camera. You have to turn on your camera. So if you're on a device, you see that? You're just gonna click allow. Let's see, there we go. I don't know if I can move it or not. I don't know if this is up. Alright. Let me text them that we're in. Okay. So when you're here, that's why I want you there early. And now he's about to come in. The reason I'm texting him is because I kept the same late appointment today, and I texted him right when I started, so now he'll jump in. Oh, before he gets here, down here you'll see this little bar. There is located in Freeport at Judge Miller's office. The second floor, there is a station in a private room that has a webcam, computer, everything. You're welcome to go there and use that. If you don't have a smartphone or a good internet. Hey, Dr. Holmson. Well, I can't hear him.
Dr. Holmson with
Hold on.
RediMD. Okay, you hear me okay?
Yeah, I'm turning it up. Hold on. I don't know how you did that.
Gotcha.
Hold on. Is that better? Hello? Dr. Holmson.
I can hear you fine, Cam.
Is that good? Alright, there you go. Alright, they're ready, Doc.
I'm Dr. Holmson with RediMD. How are you guys doing? I can see Cameron, always see him always though. We do everything. Primary care, cough, cold, sinus infection, ear infections, any acute illness. We love doing diabetes, hypertension. For those of you playing softball, get strains, back strains, shoulder strains. We do a lot of that on RediMD. For females, urinary tract infections, if you middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, you get a urinary tract infection. We do a lot of those UTIs, and we're available 24/7. More complex illnesses, we like to see it by face-to-face telemedicine, but we're always available by phone 24/7. We also do pediatrics. We go down to roughly 3 years old, a complex illness, and a 2-year-old just by telemedicine. But any kind of skin rashes, earaches, sinus infections, a lot of times it's hard to get into a pediatrician in 2 or 3 days. We can take care of those immediately. We also do, I don't know if there's DOT drivers that have hypertension. We help you control your hypertension for DOT drivers, and pretty much everything your primary care doctor can do, we can do on telemedicine for you guys at a much better rate, and we like to think we do a better job sometimes. Do you have any questions for me?
Alright, so I know one that we forgot to bring up before, so this comes up in most of our meetings. How do you diagnose, the flu and the strep? That comes up a lot.
Great question. So the nice thing is, there's always a question, you don't touch me or anything. But all disease states happen a certain way. You know, a typical flu presents itself. So when we studied, we kind of have our CME with all our telemedicine doctors. There's a certain way diseases present, and history is essentially 85% of the diagnosis. Physical exam 15%. Example, flu. So if it's flu season and you're starting with headaches, cough, dry cough, high fevers, 101, 102, that's pretty much the flu unless you can prove it's something else. You know, strep infection. There's been a way that hasn't really changed how to do strep infections except for the rapid strep. You essentially look for 4 symptoms. You basically, does the patient have a red throat? We can look in your throat. Is there white exudate? That's a sign of strep. Number 2, are you running fevers? Viral sore throats don't cause fevers. So are you having fevers as well? Number 3, is your interior lymph nodes swollen? Viral sore throats tend to not get you lymphadenopathy or swollen lymph nodes. And last one is a lack of a cough. You're not coughing, so a cough is not causing that. Now with strep, if you have 4 of the 4 symptoms, even if you're in the doctor's office, you really don't supposed to get the rapid strep because you pretty much have all the symptoms. Those need to be treated. Now the question always arises: why do you treat strep besides the sore throat? There is a very rare but serious thing when the strep can actually seed your heart valves and grow on your heart valves and cause later on heart issues. Therefore, all strep throats should be treated. And that's why we're more aggressive. And with those 4 symptoms, you should treat. Only time you're really supposed to use the rapid strep, and this backed up lots and lots of studies, if you have 2 of the symptoms and it's questionable, then use the rapid strep as a kind of a backup.
Any questions?
And again, urinary tract infection is a great question. Let me go on to that. UTI is presented only one way, and it's actually one of the easiest diagnoses to do over the phone. Because if a lot of females know when they have a UTI, burning, urgency, there's only one thing that can cause that. And again, treating the UTI, there's really not any danger to treating, but if you miss a UTI and go treat it, that actually bacteria goes up in the kidneys and actually causes pyelonephritis. It's a very serious condition. So it's another condition that people are like, well, don't you do the urine dip? That's really not necessary. That's just kind of helping your diagnosis. Generally, with history and some of the physical, can you tap the back of your back? Any severe pain, any fevers, we can pretty easily diagnose that.
Yes, ma'am.
How about referrals? Like if you have something that they can't handle, do they make referrals?
Did you hear that, Dr. Holmes? So,
yes, we do referrals. Yeah, so it's real simple referral process. We have a whole group of girls that do referrals. We've gotten to know a lot of doctors in Brazoria County. We do have actually a lot of specialists coming on. We do have dermatology. Dermatology takes 6 months to see. Our dermatologist is fantastic. You can see him within a day or 2.
there we go.
In the location if you physically have to see them?
Yeah, at the location, if you physically have to see Dr. Holmes, or you want to, he is located in Richmond, Rosenberg, right at 59, what is that, 723 or something?
Yeah, we got 59, yeah, exactly, right in Rosenberg. And that's another thing with RediMD. You'll look at the list, you'll see 5 or 6 doctors, there's hundreds of doctors working for RediMD. RediMD teams up doctors in the local area, so you're not going to see a doctor from New York here. You're going to see a local doctor generally in the greater Houston area that's going to be in y'all's system, where we'd like to find a good primary care doctor even closer into Brazoria County. It's just a screening process and having them join. So yeah, we are local, and all of our doctors are in the South Texas region for sure, that you'll see.
Anything else? All right, Dr. Olson, I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all are easy on me again, no hard questions.
All right, so thank you.
All right, bye guys, thank you. Bye-bye.
So, say you use the system at Judge Miller's office, and they say you got the flu, and you get halfway home, you're like, oh my God, I didn't log out of that computer, all my info is on there, my personal information. You don't have to go back. The system will kick you out after 15 minutes, no use. Okay? And you log out right up here. That's where you log out. So you can use this. One thing, I don't think he covered, sometimes he does, he doesn't. If you're traveling, if you're registered, you've used us, say you go to Shreveport for the weekend, you get sick. You can use it. We can cross state lines. Now, it'll be on you to get the number of our pharmacy over there, but if you're traveling, this travels with you. Obviously, Austin, the state of Texas is simple, but it'll go with you wherever you want. So, you know, like I said, it's free for you guys, and we don't expect you aren't physicians. We don't expect you to know, can I treat this? Can they do this on telemedicine? They'll make the determination. 99% of them, they can. Okay? All right, well, that's it. I'll be here. I got some info if y'all need it. After, I'll be here. So just